Hamas carried out actions that humiliated Israel. I mean, the vaunted Israeli Defense Force is no longer as vaunted as people once thought it was. It was exposed as a less than efficient operation. The Israeli intelligence was considered to be immaculate, turned out to be fundamentally flawed. Hamas exposed this. Then Hamas further humiliated Israel by taking probably over 200 hostages and brought them back into Gaza. Why would they do this? Well, one, Israel's holding on to thousands of Palestinian prisoners that they refuse to release. And Hamas is saying, all right, we'll exchange now. You want your people back, you're going to have to trade them for the people we want back. Israel says
they built this $1 billion fence. Because they got the Palestinians, our people, in open slave.
Yeah, yes, sir.
They tell you that, testify to that. And they basically enslaved.
Yes, sir.
In concentration camps that you condemn on your movies for 5 years, from 45 to however long it was. But you had these people in concentration camps, have our people in concentration camps for 400 years.
Right.
But the scripture said that testify, that's not them. He said, you treat a stranger like you treat you. That's our law. That's the Hebrew Torah. That's the law. How could you say you of us? You don't do nothing of saying. He said, remember you was a stranger and you was enslaved. You were never enslaved. It was never you.
Yes, sir.
You enslaved us. You say he brought into slavery, should go into slavery. So brought into captivity.
If they were the people, they couldn't do what they did.
They couldn't. When it crossed your mind, because if you was Abraham, that's what they claimed to Adam.
Yes, sir.
He said, if you was Abraham, you do like Abraham. Even then, those false Jews were there. He said, a prince that have nothing in me is here. I'm not saying nothing else.
Yes, sir.
They raised up the East. They raised up a false Christian Zion religion. Christianity. And they hiding like it's the false Jew. The false Jews are you. Are Romans. Are Germans.
Yes, sir.
Are Polish. Are Turkish. That's you.
The criminals here are not Hamas. Not even the Israeli settlers who are killing Palestinians. The criminals are Europeans, us. Every single member of our German society, our French society, our Greek society, our United States society, we have participated in this crime against humanity over the decades by keeping our mouths shut as long as there is no trouble down there, as long as people are dying outside the reach of cameras, as long as it's Palestinians who die and not the occupiers. So, this incredible tragedy must be converted into an opportunity for us Europeans to wake up.
That's you.
Yes, sir.
And everybody know it. It's just the world, because they got everybody divided. If you have been a Gentile, raised that you're superior, you're not going to look at the outside.
Right.
You have to be totally, in the summer more, totally of the spirit to love so-called black people.
Yes, sir.
And fight for so-called black people, right? So you got some of them out there that's going to do that. But as a mass whole, we're not even worried about you.
No.
Your condition have nothing to do with me. Just like what happened in Palestine. Usually if something like that happened, it happened in 2014. Nobody had said nothing.
Right.
They bombed them, just like they're doing right now.
Yeah, it's been going on forever.
But I'm saying, why is everybody talking about it in 2023?
Yes, yes.
Why are people marching now?
The world continues to call for a ceasefire in Gaza. Near daily protests have been taking place in cities across the world since Israel's war on Gaza began this October. A group of demonstrators in Peshawar, Pakistan gathered after Friday prayers to condemn the deadly attacks and pray for the victims, while crowds in Lebanon performed absentee funeral prayers for the Palestinians killed by Israeli airstrikes. Hundreds also turned up in the streets of Amman, Jordan, to show their solidarity.
What the Arab people want from their leaders is a historic stance that aligns with the challenges and risks that are happening in the region. Let there be a decision to stop Israeli attacks on the people of Palestine and open all crossings to let in support and aid to our people in Gaza.
In the UK, dozens of pro-Palestinian protesters blocked the entrances to an arms factory in southeast England. Their aim is to pressure Britain's biggest military supplier to call for an end to weapons sales to Israel.
This factory is directly responsible for Palestinian civilian lives being taken, for Palestinians being killed. So this factory assembles key components of the Israeli fighter jets that are used to drop bombs on men, women and children in Gaza. And we are trying to stop its production today.
Calls to end the bloodshed were also raised in Qatar and in Yemen, where thousands marched across capital Sana'a. In Turkey, a group of healthcare workers are on the 10th day of a 15-day silent sit-in protest. They want Israel to stop bombing hospitals in Gaza.
We appeal to the World Health Organization and the whole world. You have to intervene in the health system for Gaza. Take action to ensure the safe transportation of health tools, equipment, and medicines necessary for treatment to the region. We call on humanity.
As the humanitarian crisis in Gaza deepens, it looks like international displays of anger will only grow louder. Ayşe Eyüpi, TRT World.
Hi. During your speech, you made a lot of references to Jewish people as well as certain people in your audience, not Jewish people in general, but certain people, especially in your audience, to Nazis. Now, that is extremely offensive when certain people are German, and they're also extremely offensive to people who've actually suffered under Nazi rule.
I don't respect that anymore. I really don't. I don't like and I don't respect the crocodile tears. My late father was in Auschwitz. My late mother was in Majdanek concentration camp. Every single member of my family on my father's side,
the Jews did not take arms against the
my
Germans.
late father was in Auschwitz concentration camp. My late mother was in Majdanek concentration camp. Every single member of my family on both sides was exterminated. Both of my parents were in the Warsaw Ghetto Uprising. And it's precisely and exactly because of the lessons my parents taught me and my two siblings that I will not be silent when Israel commits its crimes against the Palestinians. And I consider nothing more despicable than to use their suffering and their martyrdom to try to justify the torture, the brutalization, the demolition of homes that Israel daily commits against the Palestinians.
The crown is falling.
Yes, sir.
All the presidents, ministers, all that crown falling. That's all that.
Back to that crown fall.
All that happened.
That was key.
That was the key to the sign that we could see what's going on in 2023.
Yes, sir.
Now everybody marching. Talking about Palestine. Malcolm X was talking about Palestine. The Black Panthers were talking about Palestine. They don't talk about that. They were talking about it just like we talking about it right now today.
Yes, sir.
He died in the 60s. So that's nothing new. Why is it new? It's a different time. Different season.
Yes, sir.
Time of to hear the Adam voice and that crown falling off the head of these wicked people.
Yes, sir.
And it's been put in the hands of the righteous.
Yes, sir.
That's what's happening. Everything is being fulfilled by those scriptures. And these people claiming they us.
Right.
They say, man, the devil is transformed into the children of light. The devil.
Yes, sir.
Has transformed into the children of light.
That goes for these so-called Israelites too.
Yeah, everybody.
Yes, sir.
The truth is going to be manifested. I'm telling you, it has nothing to do with color. But if you're claiming righteous, is going to be seen.
Yes, sir.
And the righteous going to walk with righteousness, wicked going to walk with righteousness. Yes. They're out here putting all this homosexual stuff in the Holy Land.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They're doing that. Why would you do that in the Holy Land except you're the devil?
You're the devil. Yes, sir.
Except you devil. I mean,
yes,
they say it's greater than, you remember San Francisco?
Yes, sir,
With established, it's greater than that now.
Wow.
Of homosexual.